For the first one, it will be a fireside chat. So an open conversation between two individuals. We already know them, but let me introduce the person who's going to be making the questions. Victor Bartholomew, which is the head of Gaming Europe at Logitech. And then... the CEO, we have Hanneke FABER. Round of applause. And I was supposed to just go away, because I know you're kind of nervous, so let me do a few questions for you. How are you feeling beforehand?
Is my mic working?
It is.
Oh, okay. No, I'm really good. I'm so happy to see all of you. I think we're having a great time, so that's all I want.
That's exactly what you want, to have an open conversation, like a good day with gamers and all that.
That's it.
CEO, I want to make a question for you before I let you go and start this one. As soon as you walked in and you saw like the family environment and all the Logitech products and all that, what was the feeling, the first feeling you got?
Just excitement. I mean, this is a family. Logitech really is a family, and it's a gaming family. So the level of energy here is high, and that's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. So I'll leave you to just to do it. You have an open conversation, and I'll see you soon. Have a lovely one, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Hanneke. Thank you for actually being here and spending time with us. We have a couple of questions for you, and I hope you're going to reveal a couple of insights into who you are and how you came here and what's the vision and the strategy for the future. So just to get started, many people maybe don't know you. So I'd like to ask you, could you just introduce yourself?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I see a few people standing by the door. There are more spaces up there if you want to sit down. Yes, I'm Hanneke. I've now been with Logitech almost 10 months. And it's so much fun to be here as the CEO. So I feel very grateful. My background is actually mostly in consumer goods and in e-retail, so a little bit different, but we're still selling products, so that's important, and really innovative products. I am Dutch, grew up in Holland, but lived for work in the US, in Greece, in Switzerland, various other places. I am married to a Greek American, and we have 3 children. And I lost all naming rights for those 3 children to my Greek American husband. Our son, who's 24, his name is Aristotle. Then we have a daughter who's 22, her name is Anna, that's okay. And then our daughter who's 19, the baby, her name is Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. And she does her name justice.
I love that. Great. So my next question to you would be, you joined Logitech just recently. What was your key motivation to join Logitech?
Yeah, I think really 3 things. Innovation, the brand, and the people. This is just such an innovative brand, especially when it comes to gaming. It's a great brand. Everyone around the world knows this brand. You get into a taxi in Paris or in Shanghai or really anywhere else, and people say, you work for Logitech, so that's kind of fun. And then the people, I mean, you see them all around here. What a great community. So I love all those things, and I think that makes for great growth potential going forward.
So when you joined Logitech, what was the one thing that surprised you most, or were there many things that surprised you?
Well, so here's my big admission. I didn't know much about gaming, so I'm learning, and I'm looking forward to learn a lot from you all today. But I have been surprised at how close gaming is to actual super high-level sports in many ways. And I do have some experience. As a teenager, I was a pretty good springboard diver, plongeon. And I think there's just a lot of parallels between sports and gaming. The thrill of winning and doing a great dive is very close to the thrill of winning a game. But also the deception or the disappointment of crashing and diving, when you lose that game and you die, that feeling. So emotionally, I find them quite similar. And then also rationally, the training the pro gamers do is absolutely similar to the Olympians we saw here in Paris just a few weeks ago. I was just talking to Adam out there. He trains 10 hours a day. He watches his sleep. He watches his diet. all of those things when you're a regular athlete, you're doing as well. So, so I do feel a kinship,
Absolutely.
and I really enjoy watching the pros game.
Awesome. I actually made a research. So Hanneke won for 7 times the Dutch championship and then moved to the US. And we found it very interesting because obviously in gaming, more and more so, you have to have a very fit mind, not just the physical fitness, but also the mental fitness. Do you really think there's a strong parallel? What would be the one thing you could recommend to also esports gamers now that you have retired from your professional diving career?
Quite a while ago.
What is the one thing that you think is really, really critical?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I didn't know when I was an athlete, but I think is much better known now, is actually the importance of sleep. For cognitive skills, which you very much need in gaming, sleeping enough is absolutely critical. And there's so much research now on why we sleep and how much better you perform when you get, between 6 and 8 hours of sleep a night. So that would be my advice. Don't think you should game 20 hours a day, because then you're not getting enough sleep.
That's interesting. So don't game all night. And maybe the last question on this particular topic, how did this experience and this mindset help you then later in your career, like after your professional diver?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. And I've always been really grateful for having been an athlete when I was much younger. It taught me to work hard, it taught me persistence, also taught me to work in a team. And I think all those things apply to gaming as well. And Adam also told me, you're probably at your peak as a pro gamer, just like athletes, kind of in your early 20s. So maybe that gaming career doesn't last forever, but it teaches you a lot of skills that you can take to different careers. So I find that exciting, and I'm grateful for having had that experience.
That's super interesting. Thank you for sharing. So my next question would be about Logitech again. So we were in the past, we come back to the present. You've been now 10 months with us. What do you think is your strategy for the company?
Yeah, maybe I'll focus on gaming, which is a really important part of Logitech. Of course, we also have a personal workspace and a B2B organization, which are also very important. But today we're here for gaming. Gaming has enormous opportunities for growth. So that's the first, strategic choice we're making, to invest in gaming for disproportionate growth. And to do that, we got to innovate, and we got to innovate fast, and with the quality and the design that people expect from Logitech. So innovation is the second piece of our strategy. And then the third part is the brand and being part of pop culture and the community of gamers. So that's why I'm so excited about this event here today. Growth, innovation, brand.
That's very clear. Now, I have a question. Do you play games yourself?
So I'm a very casual gamer. So very casual. So, I just heard I should be playing Fall Guys actually out there, so I'm gonna try that. But before I started, when I was offered the job, I know about the work side of this company's business, but on gaming, I'm not exactly an expert. So fortunately, as I said, I have a 24-year-old son who, of course, loves gaming. So he lives in Detroit in Michigan. So I went to his house and we literally gamed for 48 hours straight. And that was great because he showed me all the games. So, at least I was somewhat fluid. But I am very casual. I do like Sim. I think all the driving games are super fun. And I'm excited about the innovation that we're launching here today on and around the wheels.
Yes. So what's your most exciting category within gaming right now?
I think there's just
a lot.
I think pro is obviously really exciting, and esports, competitive esports have come such a long way. The fact that they're now part of the Olympics and in LA, that will be a really big thing. I think that's a super exciting part of gaming. I also think it's super exciting that more women are gaming. This used to be such a men's space, but in the US, 50% of gamers now are women, so it's pretty representative, and I think that just makes it not just more equal space, but actually a funner space, and of course an opportunity for growth. I also think it's interesting that older people are gaming. Yeah. Again, an opportunity for growth, but this is not just a teenager thing anymore. So yeah, lots of exciting places in gaming, and then sim, I personally like.
I love sim racing too.
Do you?
So
yeah.
There's going to be a lot to reveal today.
Yeah.
So gaming is already big. It's probably one of the biggest sports industries that is out there. So bigger than music and the movie industry combined. Do you see gaming really driving the future of entertainment? And how can we play an active role in that?
I mean, what I love is I think gaming partly is like the movies, but it's a better, more immersive version of a story. And partly is like sports. It's that competitive thrill that we talked about. So when you take those two together, that is a really attractive part of the entertainment industry, and we're seeing that.
Yeah. And I think you mentioned the word pop culture. So obviously, gaming is more than just playing video games. It's also about music. It's also about the way we, dress, and how it's going to also change fashion and music and everything. So do you think that Logitech, and together with our influencers and gamers, we can really change that pop culture and help drive it and move it forward?
Well, I think part of building the Logitech brand and to come out with the very best innovation, as part of that, we must partner up and work super closely with the gaming community. So that's why it's so wonderful that there's so many real gaming experts and pop culture figures of the world of gaming are here today. From great gamers to gaming influencers to a lot of our retail partners as well. I think together we'll come up with great innovation and drive pop culture.
I love that. So it's not the last time that we are doing Logi-Play, right?
Definitely not.
Great. That's great. I have another question, maybe a bit about your leadership style, and what do you think really makes a great leader?
Yeah. Again, my background is in sports, and again, a lot of parallels with gaming, but I think great leaders are great coaches. They do set the bar high. They expect a lot from their teams. But they also build teams. They make sure their individual players are happy, that individual players are put in the right places, attackers in the attack, defenders on the defense, and that the players get along and play well together. So I think in business, it's actually very similar. It's my job to set high expectations and stretching goals, but then make sure that all the people on the team play really well as a team, including myself. So, and I set those high bars for myself as well.
Yeah. I think these are super interesting insights as well for everybody to take away, and I'm learning a lot. Thank you so much, Hanneke, for sharing a little bit more about gaming. What would you like the audience to take away, or what would you wish the audience to celebrate today?
Well, I think we're celebrating all of you, honestly, the gaming community, and we'll be celebrating a lot of innovation. I'd love to hear from you guys. Please come say hello. I already learned a lot from some of you, like Roger earlier today, on gaming. So that's my personal objective for today. Learn a lot, meet a lot of you, and again, thank you for being here. It's just, I think, a super high energy event today. Thank you.
So I think that's it. Thank you, Anna.
Thank Victor.
Thank you.
Thank you.